Pyramids of Egypt were invented by this guy, Ptah. Imhotep was his son who built the first step pyramid. Ptah was always depicted holding signs and symbols, the tools of his religion. Now many years ago I was a tool maker, and the blueprints for the parts I made just had job numbers with no description. So I played a game trying to guess what the thing was I was making, and I became pretty good at it. I applied the same rules to the symbols, and that is form followed function. The symbols are the jed, the crook, the ankh, the wasp, flail, tet, shen ring and the cartouche rope. All of these symbols in some way helped build it. They were designed by one man, but it took a team of men and women to build the pyramid. Now the most important symbol was the jed. It stood for strength, stability and balance. And I was positive it was a vertical windlass. A modern windlass has an electric motor underneath. It's connected to a gearbox via the shafted bearing to a wasted drum. This works the other way around. This is the jed, where 3 ropes on the top. This is the power point, this is the power plant. 2 are used for power. 2 are used for power. 2 are used for power like that. And 1 is used for rewinding it. The problem is when you want to rewind it vertically, the rope drops through. You can see on the video the guy has a little mishap with it. The way to get round that is using the ankh. These are the 2 ankhs. They're attached to these two power ropes, and it's the ankh that prevents when it's getting on a rewind process. It's the ankh that prevents the assemblage of ropes from going to the ground. This cross beam keeps the power ropes straight as it goes onto the jed. I'll explain it more with the model I've got. I'll explain it more in detail anyway. Okay, this is a jed, and this is the crook, and the crook fits over the jed. And that holds it stable. That holds it the top stable. And this is it in miniature now. This is a Lego model I've made. This is your jed. It's held in position in a crook, and it rotates in a pivot at the bottom. I've found the stone which it rotates in. These are the power lines, one there, and they go to an ankh. And the ankh is used to power the jed, and many men place cartouche ropes round the base of the round the ankh and pull and rotate the jed. It's got enormous torque around this bottom collar. When you want to rewind it, these 2 guys, they pull it tight and stop the jed from the rope from falling off the spool. Now the principle of the setup is the jed sits on a corner and it pulls 2 stones up at a time on this side and on this side, and by doing that the weight of the stones it's pulling up forces it into its pivot, so it's not going to slip out. A couple of guy ropes hold the top a bit firmer, but the principle is that the jed is hauling stones up, so it'll always be stable. It's stood for strength and stability. So you would have one of these on each corner of the pyramid, giving you 8 ramps. So 1, 2, the other corners, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ramps, because the construction timeline is 20 years. There's another jed on the plateau which I can go into at a later stage, but in essence the wasp sept is just here. The wasp sept keeps the rope off the ramp because the ramp is oiled. The ramp is 16 degrees. My research says the ramp is 16 degrees, and it's dragged up on 2 sleds made of wooden rockers. I'll insert a photograph of them. And there's a couple of men sitting on top of the block. The only downfall to this system is it's just here as the block rises, it touches this wall, and it's the flail. The flail is like a vertical tapered roller that protects the rope that binds the block. So there's your crook, your jed, your flail, your wasp, and your ankh. They're the symbols that actually build the pyramid. When it gets to the top of the plateau, it's a symbol called a tet that takes over, and another jed, which is a raising jed. There's a process called raising a jed, and it happens in that one over there.